last 1 week, we have been using the Coolpad Note 3 Lite regularly and we found it pretty good for the price. Recalling a brief description about its specifications, Coolpad Note 3 Lite is powered by a 64-bit 1.3 GHz MediaTek MT6753 quad-core processor and an ARM T720 GPU coupled with 3 GB of RAM and 16 GB onboard storage. This onboard storage is further expandable up to 64 GB via a microSD card. The device comes bundled with 2500 non-removable battery. We thought a week's time is good to pass a judgment on the device, and hence we have our 7 days review in the video come. Coolpad Note 3 Lite is a toned down sibling of the much larger Coolpad Note 3, which sports similar design language with the same plastic body build and a bezel-less look, though it's actually not bezel-less. It's although still quite an astonishing and clean design, to be honest. With a champagne gold glossy finish on the edges, it gives the device an attractive look overall. The back of the smartphone has a soft matte texture which was missing on the Note 3, this matte texture actually helps in maintaining a better grip of the smartphone. One thing that I personally didn't like about the device was the placement of speaker grill, because nowadays we are used to having speakers on the lower edge of the handset or on the front. It helps to keep the loudness of the speaker fine, but I'll say we'll prefer that. Talking about the benchmarks, we did a benchmarking test using a variety of popular applications and we weren't much surprised with the results. The Geekbench 3 benchmark scored a 609 on single core and 1726 on multi-core test, whereas the Cordon scores 12445. The fingerprint sensor used by manufacturer on this handset is FPC1021, which is high-rated fingerprint card sensor for identifying fingerprints. It isn't like there are no good camera smartphones in this price range of under 10k, and the camera hardware on the Note 3 Lite is neither to an exception here. The primary camera module is a 13 megapixel shooter with 5p lens, CMOS sensor and f2.0 aperture, whereas the secondary camera module is a 5 megapixel shooter. The camera UI on the Coolpad Note 3 is neat and clean, yet offers certain features to help you take the perfect shot. The interface is quite easy to use. You have a photo and video and a professional mode, which can be switched just by swiping up and down. It would switch between different modes also. On switching to the professional mode, the screen shows circular dials, much like we have already seen with the Nokia smartphones. Image filters like mono, fresh, calm, memory and others are also included. The primary camera performance of the device is good for daylight photography, but when it comes to low light photography, camera lags behind a little. On the other hand, color reproduction of the image is pretty decent with almost perfect color saturation. The video recording allowed on the rear camera module is up to 1080p, that is full HD resolution, and surprisingly it was good, better than any other affordable handset in the same price range. The Coolpad Note 3 Lite sets a baseline for what exactly a budget-friendly smartphone should be like. With a massive 3GB DDR3 RAM and 16GB of internal storage. So by knowing the memory specifications that comes bundled with the handset, it can be expected that this device would have been powered by a processor that should be better than Snapdragon 410, which is far most used processor by most manufacturers in this price segment. The device in turn packs a MediaTek MT6735 64-bit chipset, which is considered to be a competitor for Snapdragon 410 and in some cases considered even a better performer than the Qualcomm chipset. But this is not exactly the case. The phone handled daily tasks quite well and it was on par with performance when compared with other devices in this range. But the chipset starts to sweat when we started playing high graphical games like Asphalt 8 and Modern Combat 5 Blackout. Though the medium to low graphical games like Dead Trigger 2, Clash of Clans and Hill Climb Racing work like a charm. We are completely satisfied with the offering. It's good to see that Coolpad Note 3 Lite is able to fit in the shoes of its parent, the Coolpad Note 3, pretty well and probably a little better for the economical design. The Coolpad Note 3 Lite will be exclusively available on Amazon.in starting 28th January at the flash sale model, which will be starting at 2 PM, and it's available for 6,999. That's actually very good. That's all in a detailed review. Hope you like this one. Stay tuned for more. Thank you.